Good morning. I think it's 9:09 a.m. on August the 25th of 2020 here in Salem, Indiana. And I'm going to talk a little bit. And you know, when you put everything in perspective, our world was somewhat normal 7 months ago. And now look at all the change that has taken place. This change has literally been spoken into existence. It is amazing how they do things like this. It is absolutely amazing. We had normal lives. Everyone had somewhat normal lives, and now our lives have been turned upside down. This is an election year also. But you know what? There's so many theories as to why everything is happening. The theories are limited, and I think it's a little bit of everything. And nobody wants what's going on like this. Nobody wants it. They don't, because this thing is global. So it's really not about U.S. elections solely, because it's global. You got to put this into perspective. This is a big spiritual battle that is taking place. And if you're watching me, you got a treadmill, why don't you get out there, get up and just walk on the treadmill, and you can just lay your phone down. Get up out of that bed and get up. Get up and stand up. Get moving. Now's not the time to be idle in your life. It isn't. Great change has been brought upon the earth. And I don't feel that it's a good change right now. It isn't. There is also talk of something happening behind the scenes, okay? Like the darkness, which is very, very bold. It's extremely bold. And it's pushing so hard. It's hanging on, it's grasping and pulling down anything and everything it can within its grip. It really is. It's pulling people down. It's pulling lives down. It's pulling countries down. And you think, why is the human population it's happening to the human population, okay? It's not happening to the animals. It's happening to humans. And you must ask yourself why. It's because it's a spiritual battle that is taking place. They want humans to destroy one another. That's exactly what they want. And it is not of God. It is not of the light. You cannot go around bringing this type of change upon the earth and expect to get love out of it. You can't. The only thing that this is going to bring for them, they think, is division and destruction. It's happening, and it will continue to happen, especially among each other. If we allow it, we cannot allow this this type of change to take place in our life. We can't. We cannot allow the division to grow. We can't, because it really is. 7 months ago, nobody was against one another. Nobody. Can you put that in? Can you just fathom that? 7 months ago, no one was against one another. None of this was happening. It was not happening. But lo and behold, it's now happening. The drastic change that has taken place, it is it's hard to wrap your mind around, but the change ain't done yet. It's not done yet. Oh my gosh. You may say, yeah, wrath. Let's see, Marlon, wrath. The wrath of God is coming. One day it will come. It really will. But it says he causes his rain to, he rains on the just and the unjust. Yeah, that's what some scripture says. But I'm telling you what, we've got some mighty dark people on this earth. Some human entities. They're not human beings. They are human entities, and you don't dare speak of them. You do not, or you lose your life. You don't dare expose them, or you lose your life. They will put your light out on this earth. But then you have to think about it. That's okay, because this life is just momentary. It's all it is. It's momentary. When you die, your spirit goes on. This body might die, but your spirit is not going to die with it. I just cannot believe. I'm having a hard time believing the evil that is taking place and the the unkindness that people were showing to one another who would not have shown it. I'm really having a hard time. I'm going to admit to you, I am. I'm thinking, why? Why do you want to be that way? Why do you want to spread hate? Why do you want to spread fear? Why do you want to argue? None of these are byproducts of love whatsoever. They are not. Stephen Bamber, karma. Oh, I'm a very firm believer in we reap what we sow on this earth. I am a very firm believer that everything happens for a reason. There's another proverb. The righteous get what the wicked deserve, and the wicked get what the righteous deserve. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. None of it makes sense. Allison, the United States has been divided against the beginning. I think you're right, and none of us was aware of it. None of us was aware of it because it was shoved under the rug. That's what I think. Oh, he was gone for 40 minutes. There is a heaven above. There's other dimensions other than this one that we're in. But I'm telling you, within the last 7 months, it's hard to put it into perspective what has occurred. It's global. And this should ring alarm bells. It should send off so many alarm bells that this thing is global. It's only global for one reason, because global change is wanted. Global change is wanted. We can't continue like this, and they don't want us to. And even though we are trying to hold our ground, they're holding their ground too. And when I say they, I mean the darkness. The dark spiritual powers of darkness fighting against the light, because it is spiritual if you're a spiritual person. But if you're not a spiritual person, you're not going to listen to anything. You're just going to think in human terms, not spiritual terms. You're not. Yeah, Marlon, I don't know. Salud, Awada. Yeah, I just want to raise awareness that something is happening, and it's not turning out too good right now. I do know that in the end, when it's all said and done, good will come out of what is taking place. Good will. You may even lose your life here on this earth with all that's happening, but that's okay. You'll live to see another life. You really will. It's all right, but good will come out of it. And who knows where our journey may lead us here on this earth. We don't know, but we've got to continue on this journey. Fight the good fight. You do. It's not me against you or you against them. It's the spirit is what it is. The spirit inside of us is what it is. Yeah. We've got to hold the light. Absolutely. If you don't hold the light, if you take it, it's like if the light in you is darkness, how great is that darkness? And it is true. There are those who claim to be of the light, but inside of them you don't see no light at all. It's pitch black. And they're posing as light. Yes. Oh, Charles, it's always been this way. It has been put into view, 2020 vision. Oh, I'm sure it is. There's a time and place for everything that happens, and yet there is nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new that has not been done before. Stephen, it's a global agenda. Yes, there is a global group, and we don't know the half of it. A lot of people are totally unaware, and if they did know the truth, they would have a lot of cognitive dissonance. They really would, and some already do. They don't want to accept it because it literally crashes your reality. It will crash your reality. It will change your way of life once you awaken to what's really taking place on this earth. And granted, we all want good. We all want peace. We really do. Everyone wants peace and love and harmony. But it seems like it's few and far between. And some people think, will we ever get there? We will one day. On this earth, I don't know. I really don't know. But it starts inside of here. We got to do our part. We've got to spread that love. We have to be the peace within inside of here. We have to be at peace with ourselves. And we need to encourage others to be like that too. And this is not a video for everyone. It really is not at all. But I would urge you, if you're watching this, please just look around at the global change that is occurring, the destruction of our way of life globally. Humanity is being oppressed. That's what's happening. Humanity is being oppressed by the darkness, and we knew it would come to this. We did. That's why we're here. That's why a lot of us are here, because we knew of the coming darkness, and we have to be that light in this darkness. We have to shine light. Otherwise, there's no hope. We've got to let our light shine. Whew. Delisa, pure in spirit, yeah, pure in heart. Right here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I hope you're all walking or doing some exercising, or you've got up out of that chair, or you've got up out of that bed, and stop letting what's going on in the world paralyze you and keep you from living. Take back your life, what you have of it, what control you do have of it. You do have control over your body, whether you lay there in that bed, sit there in that chair, and in a comatose state. You have control over that. Because when you're in that type of state, it's like you've been under a hypnosis. You can't move. You've got to move. You've got to fight against the darkness, okay? We're inside here. Don't let it get inside of you. Don't let it. Because you won't have any desire to live at all. You won't have any desire to continue your life, because of the darkness, what's happening around the world. You give up when you sit there and not live. You give up. But you can't do that. You've got a light inside of you. You've got to find that strength right here inside of you. You've got to get up. You've got to live. You've got to fight the good fight. Don't give up. Marion, that's right, Marlon. Yeah, please don't sit there and let life pass you by, even though everything is going on. I don't care where you are in the world. Don't sit there paralyzed and think, well, what hope is there? There's always hope, even if there's that big. That hope can grow. It can. That spark within us, it can grow. And we can be a great big beacon of light in this dark world that is seeking to cover the world in even more darkness, to cause people to lose hope. And yeah, well, I don't like doing videos like this. I'm just going to tell you right now, I don't like doing videos like this, because I like to make time to meditate and go within and reflect. But there's a time for that, and there's a time to think, no, Jeannie, you can't do that. You've got to speak up. I do need to speak up. I need to encourage you to hold on to what you know is true inside of here. You have something inside of here. Hold on to it. Okay? Don't let them put your light out. No matter what you're going through, no matter what country you're in, don't let them put your light out. Even though it looks like your light is being put out, don't let them. Cover it. Cover it. And for those of you who are Christians, you put on that full armor of God. Do that and shield against the fiery arrows of the darkness. Emily, a bright light. Well, I'm feeling a little bit hot walking on this treadmill. Yeah. And yeah, and I'm telling you what, when you speak like this, they don't want that out. They do not. The darkness does not want any type of light, any type of hope to be spread, because it goes against their agenda. It comes against them because they know what spiritual warfare is. The darkness knows. Oh my gosh. They want to silence any ray of hope, any light. They want to put out any light so they can cover the world in darkness. And this video is not for everyone. In fact, I probably have a handful of people who will, I ain't listening to this woman no more. I see where she's coming from. Well, you don't have to listen because whoever's meant to hear this will hear it. Okay, they will. Well, thank you, Pierre. Yeah, you've got to stand your ground. And you may say, well, Gina, people aren't listening to me when I'm telling them. That's okay. Pray for them. And keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing. Keep being that light. Keep that hope alive. And your attitude plays an important role. You will be no encouragement to others when you're down and depressed. None whatsoever. Especially to the person who is depressed, down, and feels hopeless. If you have that same type of mentality within you and you're in that rut, how are you going to pull somebody else out? You can't unless you push beyond this depression, this feeling of down and of gloom and doom. You have to push out of the darkness, push yourself up through, break through that ceiling that is trying to cover you. Break through it so you can be an encouragement to others, so you can be a light and to others. You've got to do that because if we're all beaten down, we're not going to be any help to anyone. We're not. It's going to take, and it's not easy to do that. I know it. It's not easy for people to find hope when they have little strength within, because they don't have any strength. They have nothing left. That's where we come along. If you're able to shine your light and bring hope to people, encouragement and love, do it, because there's a lot of people who do need it. Who? Yes, Linda. Ted, yeah, only a remnant. And who knows what that remnant would be. But I tell you what, when this body is gone, my spirit's gone too. I'm out of this place. And I think I'll be happy. I think better are the ones who have already passed from this life into the next. And they don't see what's going on. Better are those type of people, because their spirit has left. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'll be a voice as long as I am able, and I can feel the darkness. I'm going to tell you too. That darkness is literally pushing against me. You know, my viewership on YouTube, it has literally been cut. It seems like around 3/4 of what it was its peak in around June. 3/4. That's how far they are suppressing. It's literally downward slope big time. And I will be doing other media platforms. And I know a lot of people, they like Facebook. I like Facebook, but I'm going to have to put things on other platforms also, because this one's going to go down one day, and they're going to silence anybody who has love within here and who wants to encourage others. There's a difference between encouraging others to live a positive life than encouraging others to lead a negative life. You know what the byproducts of love is: patience, kindness, tenderness, joy, happiness, all of that. And evil, well, it would be argumentative. It would be hate. It would be fits of rage. It would be destruction. There's nothing good that comes from evil. Not a single byproduct of evil is good. It is not good for us. I urge you to turn away from it right now. I really do. And don't buy into that, because if you're doing things that brings forth destruction of any kind like that, it's not love. It is not love. You've been blinded. If you do something, let it be to build people up, not tear them down. Even your words, don't tear people down with your words. You need to build them up. And with your hands and wherever your feet go and whatever your eye sees, let it be used for the good and not for the bad. Because you don't want to join hands with the darkness, because it doesn't look too good in the end for the darkness. And when the darkness goes down, it's going to take an enormous amount of humanity with it. It is. And that's sad. It is really sad. Oh my gosh. 1444. 1.4 miles at 4.4 miles per hour. Oh my gosh. I am going to get off of here, you all, but please don't let them put your light out. Our world has changed in 7 months, and it's changed for the worse. Now it's going to change. It's testing who you are on the inside. That's what it's doing. Times like this test who you are on the inside. And it will let you know, do you have the strength to stand? And then you'll know on the inside, well, where do you stand? What do you stand for? It's going to test every human being on the face of the earth. And it's already doing it.